Hello, this is Dr. Do again. This video is outside of medicine. Continue the book of Proverbs. I have finished part of chapter 28, and just a reminder, from the chapter 25 it says more Proverbs of Solomon. So those are the Proverbs of Solomon. It's like I said, it's quite practical a lot of time, not just the theory or the laws for these Israelites, but it's practical in daily life, some of them. So I'm going to continue to read first. Evil men do not understand justice, but those who seek the Lord understand it fully. Better a poor man whose walk is blameless than a rich man whose ways are perverse. He who keeps the law is the discerning son, but a companion of gluttons disgraces his father. He who increases his wealth by exorbitant interest amasses it for another who will be kind to the poor. If anyone turns a deaf ear to the law, even his prayers are detestable. He who leads the upright along an evil path will fall into his own trap, but the blameless will receive a good inheritance. A rich man may be wise in his own eyes, but a poor man who has discernment sees through him. When the righteous triumph, there is great elevation, but when the wicked rise to power, men go into hiding. He who conceals his sins does not prosper, but whoever confesses and renounces them finds mercy. Blessed is the man who always fears the Lord, but he who hardens his heart falls into trouble. Like a roaring lion or charging bear, it is a wicked man ruling over a helpless people. A tyrannical ruler lacks judgment, but he who hates evil-gotten gain will enjoy a long life. A man tormented by a guilt of murder will be a fugitive till death. Let no one support him. He whose walk is blameless is kept safe, but he whose ways are perverse will suddenly fall. He who works his land will have abundant food, but the one who chases fantasies will have his fill of poverty. A faithful man will be richly blessed, but one eager to get rich will not go unpunished. To show partiality is not good, yet a man will do wrong for a piece of bread. A stingy man is eager to get rich and is unaware that poverty awaits him. He who rebukes a man will in the end gain more favor than he who has a flattering tongue. So this is the second part of this chapter 28, and there's a little left. I'm going to leave it with chapter 29. So these are, first of all, this is the Solomon's Proverbs and the wisdom from Solomon. I think when we listen to the message, the words, we need to see who is speaking. And this is the king is speaking, the ruler of the nation, and also the chosen one after the battle. If you recall, before David died, and there's another son claimed the throne, and eventually, because David promised Bathsheba, your son will be sitting on the throne after me. So that's why I think eventually fall into Solomon's hand, the throne. So this is about the wisdom of Solomon, who is the king. Some of them probably is practical for everybody. Some of them probably practical for selected people. So that's what I start from. So I'm going to read it again and try to explain. Evil men do not understand justice, but those who seek the Lord understand it fully. So this is a saying that to understand and know the justice, really the justice, the true justice is from the God, I think, beyond human. Better a poor man whose walk is blameless than a rich man whose ways are perverse. This is the saying, of course, you need to blameless. It's really not easy. So-called blameless, I think there's, if you recall, if the God does not count your faulty, that's the blessing. So the blameless is from the blessing. Nobody is really blameless. Just you are in the God's eye are blameless. What you do is pleasing the God. I think that's probably I interpret, because in the world the blameless doesn't exist, the perfect. But if the God does not count your fault, if He close eyes to your wrongdoings. That's the blessing. He who keeps the law is a discerning son, but a companion of glutton disgraces his father. This is saying that follow the rules. This law referring to the law of Moses, I guess. He who increases his wealth by exorbitant interest amasses it for another who will be kind to the poor. So this is saying that gain the interest, or gain the prosperity through the hard working. If anyone turns a deaf ear to the law, even his prayer are detestable. So this is saying this law, I think, referring to the Moses law, because it's associated with the prayers. So this means they have to follow exactly. Anybody can follow exactly as blameless. I don't think it's practical, it's real. But just if the God do not count on them, that's the blessing. He who leads the upright along an evil path will fall into his own trap, but the blameless will receive a good inheritance. So this is saying again how to walk a straight line on the road during the lifetime. A rich man may be wise in his own eyes, but a poor man who has discernment sees through him. So this is talk about he is rich according to the Bible, probably the richest man in his time. But he still says that dispute those rich. Sometimes he said poor man probably see better clearly. It is true sometimes, I think. When the righteous triumph, there is great elevation. But when the wicked rise to power, man go into hiding. This is talk about the rulers. I think all the leaders. So try to be righteous if you're leader in any size of the leadership, I think. He who conceals his sin does not prosper, but whoever confesses and renounces that finds mercy. This is the sin, according to Moses' law. The confession, that's the religious term. I think you need to confess it to the God, to just self-examine sometimes. Blessed is the man who always fears the Lord, but he who hardens his heart falls into trouble. So this is saying that yield to the God. Like a roaring lion or a charging bear is wicked man ruling over helpless people. So this is saying, if you're a ruler, if you're a leader, be kind. A tyrannical ruler lacks judgment, but he who hates ill-gotten gain will enjoy long life. This is still saying the rulers, the leaders. A man tormented by guilt or murder will be fugitive till death. Let no one support him. This is saying that the hidden sin. He whose walk is blameless is kept safe, but he whose ways are perverse will suddenly fall. This is again saying the blameless in the eyes of God. He who is working land will have abundant food. He who chases fantasies will have his fill of poverty. So this is saying the work hard. Nowadays, it doesn't mean really you have to plant in the field, but this is working hard. No matter what you do, just keep doing it in diligence. A faithful man will be richly blessed, but one eager to get rich will not go unpunished. So this is saying that get rich through the daily diligence. To show partiality is not good, yet a man will do wrong for a piece of bread. So this is saying the nature of human partiality. A stingy man is eager to get rich and is unaware that poverty waits for him. He who rebukes a man will in the end gain favor, and then he who has a flattering tongue. So this is saying that be frankly and speak from the heart, not just the flattering, but if it is the rebuke, then say it still. And also saying that the stingy man eager to get rich means the rich is not from the stingy or saved. But it's stingy is not the same term as saving, but this is, I think, live a wise life to get rich. So this is I'm going to stop here and hope that you can read in your own way. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.